What does it take to scale a service-based business to the moon? Let's break that down in today's video where we're going to be talking about the tricks of the trade. We're going to be talking about exactly a few things that every single business owner or service business owner needs to stay in touch with as they build and grow their business. Now, if you guys are wondering about me personally, I've been documenting my cleaning businesses all over social media as well as my other businesses and breaking it down, showing you guys behind the scenes of exactly how it is I operate, what I do. So let's get into it, guys. In no particular order, we're going to be breaking this down for you guys. So first things first, the tricks of the trade. Subscribe and follow. If you guys haven't done so already, make sure you guys do that for important updates. And if you guys want to see what it is I do behind the scenes, go check it out. YouTube as well as Instagram. Instagram especially is very, very good. So let's talk about it, guys. We're going to be breaking down growth, tactics, everything in one video. So take notes. If you guys want more parts of this video, we can do multiple parts. If you guys want me to talk about client deliverables, advertising, any kind of format, I'm ready to do it. So let me know down below in the comment section. Let's get right into it. So the service-based industry is a now format, not a later format. So when running ads or traffic of any type, customers are looking for a now service, not a follow-up in 3 weeks kind of format. So that means that if you're running ads and you are getting leads, you need to call them instantly. The second your phone goes off new lead, call them, text them, email them, try to get them on the phone, try to close them right then and there. You can't be reaching out to them 3 weeks from today and expecting them to still want to look for your services. They were calling yesterday because they were looking yesterday. These are not things that people kind of put off typically. They want it right then and there, or at least scheduled out for the future so they don't have to worry about it the next day and the following week and the following month, right? They want to get it scheduled. They want to get it taken care of. That's why they're calling you. That's why we're paying the big bucks for the ads. For the second topic, we're going to be talking about online booking. Guys, online booking is what got me to where I am today. If it wasn't for online booking services, I doubt I'd be sitting at this camera right now talking to you guys about this. I do a little under 500 homes a month. I build out cleaning companies all over the country. I work with people one-on-one to do this kind of stuff. Without online booking, none of it would exist. Remember, convenience is the game changer. We're not trying to have people schedule calls and then have us drive all the way across town, be there at 3 p.m. We'll knock on the door, let you into the house. This whole awkward encounter, all of this is just avoided by offering online booking services. Think of Expedia for service-based businesses. This can work for gutter cleaning, window cleaning, roof cleaning, pressure cleaning, all different kinds of formats. There's so many ways to do this, guys. And like I said, it's a game changer. Don't inconvenience yourself or the homeowner. You'll be a lot happier this way. It's crazy that I even have to mention this. No cash or check, guys. We're doing Stripe. It's the year 2026. We're modernizing our approaches, especially when we're doing online booking. We'll do pre-authorization holds the night before, and we'll make sure that they have money in their account before we go out and render services. No cash or check. I'm not wasting my time. You shouldn't be wasting your time either. If you don't got the money, don't make the booking. Really just as simple as that, guys. Like I said, it's not 2002 anymore where grab a check from somebody, you go to the bank, you cash it, it bounces, and then you got to go call the customer and they're like, oh, I gave you the check out of the wrong checkbook. None of that. Okay. Or the famous, hey, I know this job was $200, man. I just have $180. Would you take $180? No, we're not doing that either. So like I said, guys, learn from me. Don't do this. Only Stripe. There's AutoMade. There's a lot of other payment merchant portals out there, but this is what I recommend. Call and vet. Okay. Resumes aren't always truthful. Call their references. And here's the biggest piece of advice I can give you guys. If they answer hello, that is somebody's aunt or uncle. Okay. No business. If their reference is whatever business, right? Or a cleaning business of some kind where they worked for them before. If anyone answers hello, that is not a business. That is somebody's family member. Okay. And, not to say you should always do this, but, you can easily check the phone number to make sure it's actually linking to a business, right? And this is very, very important, guys. Always call their references. So just think about it this way. If you hire somebody based on their references that you've seen on their resume, and they're very sweet, they're very nice, they're very respectful, and they look like they want to do a good job, and you send them out to clients that you are paying for, right? Because you got to pay for the lead one way or another. And these clients are just not booking you for recurrings. If you're doing house cleaning or they're not happy with your services, this is going to cost you so much more money than that little bit of time it would take you to call their references. Do you want to give out $500 for a pressure washing job, or $250 for house cleaning, or $2,500 for house cleaning? Because remember, if they liked your service, they would have booked you monthly. It would have been $200 a month times 12 months. That's $2,400, right? So you're giving up $2,400 just because you don't spend 2 minutes of your life calling their references. So don't cost yourself money. Always call their references. Be safe with your employees. And then a little added tidbit that you guys will not see on this little slideshow here, but use checkr.com, and then make sure they pass a background check. Underprice equals overwork. Now, what do you mean by cheaper prices means overworking? Cheaper customers are harder to please. I've been in this industry a long time. The second you start selling your services for cheaper, suddenly the customers start overlooking every little bit of work that you're doing. They'll be watching over your shoulder. They'll be asking if you miss a spot. They'll be honestly calling you after the fact, even though they give you a positive walkthrough. They'll be like, oh, I know we walked through the property and everything looked good at the time, but I noticed there was a few places that need a little bit of extra love. And I'm like, excuse me? And this is because you typically undercharge. Here's the thing. If you overcharge, you can justify the extra little 20 minutes, 30 minutes of work that every house will need, because remember, you're pricing it into your employees. So not only will your employees rush less, they'll do typically a better job. You have more time with the homeowner, and they're less likely to complain because they can actually afford the service without, and everyone's happier overall. So if you guys like this quick little tricks of the trade video, I can do a part 2. Let me know down below in the comment section. What we talked about today was this. If you guys are ready to build and scale, you guys want to work with me or my team to build out a cleaning business that does well, elitecleansecrets.com/about us. And if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like, subscribe down below. I'll see you guys in the next video.